there, fashion dreamers, style rebels, and anyone who's ever stared at their closet wondering, what if I could pull off that look? Welcome! I'm your host for this epic dive into the world of Michael Kors, the man who turned jet set chic into a lifestyle we all secretly crave. You know the drill. Fashion isn't about rigid rules, it's about breaking them with a wink and a perfectly tailored blazer. And oh boy, does Michael Kors' story deliver on that promise. From a kid hawking homemade designs in his parents' basement to helming a luxury empire that's weathered storms fiercer than a New York Fashion Week downpour, this is a tale of ambition, allure, and that oh-so-human art of reinvention. But before we sashay down this runway of memories, let's make a pact. Grab your favorite cozy sweater, bonus points if it's cashmere, pour yourself a latte, or spritz if you're feeling fancy, and settle in. This isn't just a script, it's an invitation to feel the fabric of fashion history against your skin. We'll laugh at the mishaps, swoon over the successes, and maybe even try in a few life lessons along the way. Ready? Let's unspool the thread. Picture this. It's the groovy haze of 1960s Long Island, New York. The air smells of fresh-cut grass, beet salt, and that unmistakable whiff of ambition brewing in suburban homes. Enter Carl Anderson Jr., born in 1959, a wide-eyed kid with a mop of hair and a mind that saw ball gowns in bed sheets. But wait, Carl? Yeah, that's our Michael before the magic rename. His mom, a former model with legs for days and an eye for elegance sharper than a stiletto heel, was his first runway muse. She'd parade around in her chic ensembles, chatting about hemlines and hues, turning bedtime stories into style seminars. By age 5, yes, 5, little Carl was already doodling dresses on napkins, his tiny fingers gripping crayons like they were couture sketches. Mom, he'd say, why can't pajamas have pockets and pizzazz? It was that spark, that unquenchable thirst for blending comfort with couture that set him apart. When his mom remarried in the early 70s, the family got a fresh start. New dad, new name. Carl became Michael Kors, a moniker that rolled off the tongue like a signature scent. It was destiny in disguise, folks. Imagine if he'd stuck with Anderson. Anderson Original sounds like a hardware store, not a handbag heaven.
Fast forward to his teens, and Michael's basement in Merrick, Long Island, transforms from a ping-pong palace into the boutique. Picture a dimly lit man cave turned mini atelier. Sewing machines humming like contented bees, bolts of fabric cascading like colorful waterfalls, and racks of handmade frocks swaying gently under a single bare bulb. At 15, he's not just playing dress-up. He's building a business. Neighbors knock tentatively, cash in hand, for one-of-a-kind pieces that scream young, fun, fabulous. A sundress here with asymmetrical hems, a wrap top there with unexpected silk linings. Each creation a cocktail of youthful zest and old soul sophistication. What made these early designs pop? It was Michael's innate grasp of the woman, not some abstract ideal, but real women with real lives. The mom juggling PTA meetings and martini lunches, the artist sketching in coffee shops, the exec power walking to boardrooms. He'd listen to their stories while pinning hems, absorbing what made them feel seen. Fashion should hug you like a best friend, he'd quip, even back then. And hug it did. By high school graduation, his basement biz was buzzing, pulling in enough dough to fund his next big leap. But school? Michael had bigger fish, or should I say, fiercer fabrics to fry. Engage with me here. Have you ever turned a hobby into hustle? Drop in the comments. Was it a garage band, a kitchen bakery, or maybe your own secret sketchbook? Michael's story reminds us, the best empires start small, scrappy, and utterly you. New York City pulses like a heartbeat. Studio 54's disco fever, punk rock snarls from CBGB, and the Fashion Institute of Technology, FIT, beckoning ambitious souls like a siren's call. Michael enrolls, eyes wide at the sea of sewing machines and syllabus overload, but 9 months in, he's out. Not for lack of talent, mind you, the kid was acing pattern making like a prodigy. No, it was the rigidity. Rules in fashion, he'd scoff. FIT felt like a cage for a bird born to soar. Enter Plan B, a gig at Lothar's, a French boutique staring down Bergdorf Goodman across Fifth Avenue like a stylish standoff. This wasn't some entry-level stockroom shuffle. It was immersion therapy. Michael flitted from sales floor flirtations to backroom brainstorming, charming customers with quips like, "Darling, that scarf isn't just silk, it's your secret weapon." He learned the alchemy of retail, how a whisper of limited edition turns a $200 blouse into a must-have. Mornings, window displays that stop traffic, think mannequins mid-strut frozen in eternal elegance. Afternoons, fabric fondling and client confessions, uncovering what made a power suit powerful.
It was here, amid the perfume haze and hushed negotiations, that Michael honed his jet-set ethos. Clothes for the woman who jets from boardrooms to beaches without missing a beat. Luxurious, yes, but lived in. Laid-back luxury before it had a hashtag. And, the characters. The Park Avenue heiress demanding something scandalously simple. The European envoy eyeing trench coats like old flames. Each interaction was a masterclass in empathy, the kind no textbook could teach. But the real plot twist? Don Mello, Bergdorf's fashion oracle, spots him mid-window wizardry in 1981. At 22, Michael's heart races as she invites him to pitch his collection. Nerves? Sure, but he channels them into 7 looks. Clean-lined sheaths and creamy wools, sporty scarts with sequin surprises, all whispering, "Wear me anywhere, anytime." The buyers bite. Hard. Debuting at Bergdorf? That's not a launch. It's left off. Pause for a personal vibe check. What's your big break story? That job interview that felt like fate, or the side gig that snowballed? Share below. Michael's reminder, sometimes the universe winks when you're just being boldly, beautifully you. The 1980s. Wall Street wolves and pinstripes, Madonna and cone bras, and Michael Kors emerging as the king of American ease. His Bergdorf debut? Instant sellout. Chic Manhattanites, those glossy pages of Vogue come to life, snapped up his wares like they were the last lifeboat off a sinking ship of stiff formality. Why? Because Michael nailed the decade's duality. Opulence meets accessibility. Think cashmere sweaters soft as a cloud, but sharp enough for a gala. Trousers tailored for the office to ocean transition, skirts sequined just enough to sparkle without shouting. Expansion was electric. Saks Fifth Avenue, check. Neiman Marcus, double check. By mid-decade, Michael's label adorned bodies from LA Lofts to Hampton Hideaways. His philosophy? Luxury shouldn't feel like a lecture. It should feel like liberation. Staples like the iconic trench, preppy with a Parisian pout, knitwear that draped like dreams, and blazers that bossed without bullying. Neutral palettes, ivories, navies, and taues, punctuated by rogue reds and golds, like hidden Easter eggs in a minimalist masterpiece. But it wasn't just clothes, it was a lifestyle. Michael envisioned the modern woman, jet-lagged but glowing, juggling deals and daiquiris. His collections evoked transatlantic travels, a nod to his mom's modeling tales of Milan and Paris, and the market ravenous. The 80s boom meant money flowed like champagne, and accessible luxury, think $500 dresses, not $5,000 dresses, democratized glamour without dumbing it down. Novel twist? Imagine if Michael had a time machine. He'd probably high-five Ralph Lauren over shared sportswear supremacy, then remix it with streetwear flair, foreshadowing today's hybrid hustle. Fun fact I dug up just for you. In 1985, a Kors cashmere coat graced the cover of Elle, shot on a yacht off Capri. Sales spiked 300%. Coincidence? Nah. That's the Kors charisma.
What's your go-to 80s-inspired piece today? Oversized blazer? Leather pants? Spill. Let's crowdsource a retro revival. As the millennium loomed, Michael didn't rest on his laurels. He layered them. Menswear launched in 1990. Slim chinos and silk ties for the guy who wanted GQ gloss without the stuffiness. Accessories followed, watches ticking with understated elegance, belts buckling adventure to allure. Then, the scent sensation. Michael by Michael Kors in 2000. A bottle of citrus-kissed amber that screamed summer in the Hamptons. It flew off shelves, proving Michael was no one-trick pony. He was a full-spectrum sorcerer. Flagship stores? Masterstrokes. New York's Madison Avenue outpost in 1996. Marble floors gleaming like fresh snow. Air scented with his eponymous O. Walls lined with looks that whispered, "Welcome home." Paris and London flagships soon joined, each a microcosm of the brand. Modern minimalism meets timeless touch. Customers didn't shop, they immersed. Try on a handbag while sipping Prosecco? Check. Personal styling sessions with playlists of Ella Fitzgerald remixes? Double check. This era's novelty, Michael's Eco Whisper. Early sustainable fabrics in limited runs, like organic cottons dyed with natural hues. Ahead of his time, planting seeds for today's green glamour. And the numbers? By 1999, annual sales topped $100 million. But whispers of too much, too fast began to sigh, the double-edged sword of success. Reflect. Ever built something bigger than yourself? A blog, a business, a beautiful habit? Michael's 90s hustle says, layer on the love and watch it bloom. Celebrities. Michael didn't chase them, they chased him. In the late 1990s, Jennifer Lopez slayed in a Kors column gown at the VMAs. Curves hugged, confidence cranked to 11. Gwyneth Paltrow? Her Oscar win in 1999? A pale pink Michael masterpiece, ethereal as her Emma vibes. Catherine Zeta-Jones twirled in emerald elegance for Chicago press, turning heads from Hollywood to Hyde Park. But the crown jewel, 2009's Michelle Obama portrait, that lemongrass shoot? Michael. Simple, strong, symbolic, projecting poise for a new era. It's about feeling powerful in your skin, he'd say. These endorsements weren't paid plugs, they were symbiotic. Stars got standout style and Michael got megaphone magnified reach. What if Kors dressed the Met Gala 2025 theme? Celestial chic. Zendaya in star-sequin gown orbiting earth-toned trains. Dreamy, right? And TV. 2004's Project Runway debut as Judge. Witty barbs like, "Honey, that's not a dress, that's a cry for help," endeared him to millions. Weekly cameos turn MK into mainstream magic, his charisma as craveable as his cashmeres. Heart check. Who's your style icon? Comment, let's build a dream wardrobe collab. Future gaze? 2026 crystal ball? Eco luxe lines, AI styling apps, collabs with indie artists. Michael's mantra evolves, luxury's not lost, it's evolving.
So, darlings, we've threaded from basement to boardrooms, backlash to breakthroughs. Michael's saga, a mirror for us all. Rise bold, fall gracefully, rise bolder. Fashion's no fairy tale. It's fierce, flawed, fabulous. Has democratization cost too much? Nah. It's gifted glamour to go, reminding us styles for savoring, not snobbery. What's your Kors connection? First bag thrill, runway binge, or just that one blazer that changed you? Comment, share, subscribe. Let's keep the conversation chic. Till next strut, stay stylish, stay you. Grazie and au revoir.